Hi everybody, this is Jim Egan, head of school, Stand Up School, with a Friday update. Busy week as usual. Right away I want to say, read the newsletter, parents. Many things happening. You'll get to know what's happening today, next week, this trimester, right? We have interactive lab really coming quickly. I think it's in 5 weeks. It's February already. There is a lot of information in there, so please read the newsletter. And then always come in. I had a coffee today. Come in, have coffee with me on Thursdays. Come to the events that are set up for families. We had so many people at our math circle recently, right? 150, 160 people at that event. So get involved. Get in close proximity to us. That matters, right? We're a very social school. This week, I was invited to 2 events. One was today at Stanford on AI and education. It was a summit of sorts with thought leaders and experts from all over the place. But on Monday and Tuesday, I was invited to the city, and I took Katie and Stephanie with me to the Common Sense Media Summit on America's Kids and Families. I sit on the Silicon Valley Advisory Council to Common Sense Media. And there were heavy hitters sort of in politics and in the world of thinking and AI there. Sam Altman was there, Nick Kristof was there, Hillary Clinton was there, and you can probably read about it, and it was also in the news. And some key takeaways for me from that event is that we need to do better for our kids, right? Remember, our kids can't vote. They don't have a voice like we do as adults. So there is work to be done. And I think that has to happen at the federal level, it has to happen at the state level, it has to happen at the local level, and then it has to happen at the individual level, right? And that means for me, like at this school, Synapse, what is it that we can do to help families right here at our school, but also in our neighborhood, right? That's why we're partnering with Peninsula Bridge. How do we share our resources? How do we share what we know about teaching and learning? BLC, that's a huge part of it. That has led us back to today at Stanford. We're over there today. Some of the folks we meet at these conferences come and visit and then go off to their schools. So we're doing our part and take it seriously. But I couldn't help but return to a book that I have read numerous times. I've handed it out here to our teachers on campus as well. It's from John Hattie, Gregory Yates as well, Visible Learning and the Science of How We Learn. And it's a meta-analysis. It's the preeminent meta-analysis that has guided so many teachers and educators around the globe. And it's sort of, in some ways, the definitive text. And there's a section in it on learning foundations, right? It's broken into 3 areas. Learning foundations is one of them, learning within the classroom. And there's another section called Know Thyself, right? It reminds me of our self-science curriculum and what we talk about in SEL about know, choose, give, know yourself, choose yourself, give yourself. This is really looking at exploring the areas of confidence and self-knowledge. And there's a section in here in that Know Thyself chapter about really looking at the effects of proximity, right? What we do socially. I often think about Synapse as a highly social, highly collaborative learning environment. I think our parents, teachers absolutely know this. And there's an effect that Hattie points out called the Chameleon Effect. And it's when we are in close proximity to each other, humans, we often mimic our behavior, right? Mimicry occurs. We see this in babies. We also see this in schools. And it really impacts the quality of relationships that kids have. So I was thinking about what I was hearing up in San Francisco at the Common Sense Media Summit. So much interest in technology and what that can do for learning and outcomes. And then at this AI summit here at Stanford around education and learning, same thing. What's it going to do to enhance learning? John Hattie, he explored and keeps exploring, John Hattie, what impacts certain things do have on learning. And the number one, and this wasn't spoken about in San Francisco or at Stanford, the number one impact is teacher expertise, right? That's expensive, that takes resources, that is hard to do. But technology does not have nearly the impact as teacher expertise. Professional development, programs, buildings, infrastructure around, facilities. It just does not have the impact that teacher expertise has. And every expert teacher knows that having kids working collaboratively allows for relationships to foster, and there's much more going on there than meets the eye. And I can't help but think of Synapse and our experience for kids, the experience that we prepare for kids in classroom, in our play spaces, in the hallways, where they are in close proximity, they are developing social skills, working together to figure things out, and they're surrounded by expert teachers. And yes, those are expensive. We know that. We are investing in that for a reason. And I am so proud of what we've developed here for our kids. And I just hope other schools and school systems will look to AI and technology and laws and whatever is happening at the bigger level. Look at those things, say, yeah, those are good. But ultimately, teacher expertise moves the needle the most, and that if you want to develop effective human beings, you need to put them in close proximity to each other so they can mimic behaviors, which then creates lasting relationships, and that people learn how to be social chameleons in different parts of their lives. I think we'll all be better for it. And the time to do it is early childhood in elementary school. That's where you should be making the investments. That's where states and schools should be making the investments. Early on. Expert teachers, they're expensive. Pay them, pay those teachers, expect them to be experts. They want to be experts anyway. And then put children in close proximity to each other so they can figure out how to be good friends, good learners, and important expert citizens for our country and beyond. Okay, those are my thoughts for the day. Have a great weekend.